earth sinks in the waves. The sun eclipses itself. The stars commit suicide in docile ellipses. Everything burns and everything vanishes in the strange atmosphere. The sky puts on the colors of winter roses. It's a village lost at the frontier of the invisible, swallowed by a horizon of snow, of fog, and of mountains. A last point of rally before the void, and then nothing else. Ice, wind. Miles of solitude distance this village from the last sketch of a road. It used to have a name. Everyone has forgotten it. It is only by hazard if one reaches it. Erased from all the maps by the passage of time and snow, it stretches, long garden of gray stones, at the entrance of a small valley of naked trees and frosted cascades. An old rifle, a weaver's loom. Here, no form of technology has prevailed. Here, not the steam trains nor the telegraph can arrive. Every day, hunters go to lose their way in the plains and the forests. Every day, they return. Sometimes, a house becomes available.
Go ahead. Welcome. This is Winter Voices. It's a small game made by some French guys, I think. But first of all, we get to choose our character. I'll choose Volva. Yeah, she has high memory, thus making the game more difficult. The Volva is more or less a priest. She has more memory than the rest of the classes. Yeah, memory increases damage we take. So for the record, this game is more or less a CRPG. So let's begin our story, shall we? Oh, the name. Well, that's the first burden. Pretty good color. Irene, I'm very original.
Leaning against the frozen brook, a little further out, a small house hangs over the west part of the village. A man is standing out front. Next to him, a little girl is sitting on a wooden chair. They are not speaking. From time to time, she glances at him, curious, in silence. As you're approaching them, you recognize her. She is you. You must have been 7, maybe 8. It was, most likely, a day in October. The man who is standing next to you is your father. He does not smile at you. Impassive, he stares straight ahead. With such clear blue eyes, one would think they are white. Your story begins here and now, on these motionless lips, under this cold stare. which fixes the horizon and leaves no room for compromise. Under this stare that does not seem, and has never seemed, to grant you any significance. Your story begins on a day in October. What do you have left from this moment in time? The little girl fled on a night of weariness. She disappeared in the fog many years ago, and you have never talked about it since, and she was never seen again. The man has not changed. 15 years later, lying in bed, worn out, he would still look out the window, his face turned towards the light. Even yesterday, on a day in November. You don't quite remember at which point he closed his eyes. But even afterwards, a long time afterwards, it seemed to you as if he was still looking.
And this is the point where a game begins. I'm not reading all the text aloud. I'll forgive you if you decide to skip battles and because the game is very slow paced. First goes to see the father in the room. So apparently we have a lot of daddy. Oh. And this is how the first battle begins. Our enemies are a bunch of shadows. Battle over, 100% success. As you may have noticed, the gameplay mainly consists of turn-based battles in which you usually have to evade enemies or escape from them. We have movement points for each round and action points. As you see, we have health over there. Here's our physical points, psychical points, and here's our movement points. After each battle we get some experience.
I stepped into an avalanche. It covered up my soul.
As you can see, This map has several traps, buried panes lying around the map. We can use detection to spot them. Detection will improve the more intuition we have.
What are you doing outside, in the cold? Are you leaving? You should leave. I am too old to leave. Only one destination remains open to me. One possible journey. I have wasted too much time. Isn't that what you should do? Don't you want to, anyway? It's in your nature. It was in your mother's nature. It is in mine. That's true. But his appearance, his memory, all which you own. He is dead. He is lying down in his bed, in the room that you fled. He has never talked to you as long as I talk to you now. I am only an image. I am only a regret.
We don't have many skills. We, for example, have anticipation and instantly lost. Let's try this again.
What are you doing outside? You were wrong. You have to leave. I am too old to leave.
Our main
Only one
goal is to
destination
escape the
remains
world,
open to
as
me.
you can clearly see.
One possible journey.
But I want to
I have
find out
wasted
what the
too
scent of
much
summer is.
time.
Getting heavy damage. Alright, one more time.
What are you doing outside? And that's true. But his appearance, his memory, all which you own. He is dead. He is lying down in his bed, in the room that you fled. He has never talked to you as long as I talk to you now. I
Sounds
am
like a
only
really great father.
an image. I am only a regret.
Oh. But we need to get out of there. Oh, there, that's what the traps are. You can see the game is very, very slow paced. Oh. Word says. Yeah, okay. They shouldn't be able to reach me again. Have 13 HP left. 9 HP left. Oh, this is the actual village's wall. The game uses episodic releases. I think this is episode 0, the prologue Avalanche. It's supposed to be twice as long as every episode. And this is a funeral of our father, apparently. I'll let all those animations and so on play. If you don't want to hear any of this, just skip it.
Gently, in the cold of November, your breath forms a heavy fog, which rises now and then. Eyes lost in the flames, you do not notice it. A fire, like a call to the stars. It is a strange dialogue of shadows. It is a strange fire which seems to swallow the night, which seems to swallow you whole. It is a strange fire which projects, in the cold of November, certain particles of something. Regrets, perhaps. Regrets that fly away, burning, crackling, disappearing under a horizon barred with naked trees and bitter smoke. You do not feel anything any longer. You have forgotten your own name, little by little, and your age you do not know anymore. Everything goes away, gently vanishing in the cold of November. Everything vanishes in this fascinating fire, in this bonfire of black wood. Everything vanishes in the silent contemplation of this human shape that is laid down and blackens, that blackens in the flames, that does not look at you, that does not look at you any longer. It's fascinating, Dad, how much I've waited for this day, how much I've waited for this night of black wood and naked trees, how much I have wanted this moment of absence. It's fascinating how much nothing seems to make any sense any longer. Not my sorrow, nor my hatred. It is fascinating how much I have hoped for your death, as fiercely as I hoped for mine, and how naked and useless I feel in this moment. It is fascinating how, even arrogant and lonesome, I can still long for your gaze, your black, busted, cracked eyes that turn toward the sky and that don't look at me, and that don't look at me any longer. People pass by, but you don't hear them. Gradually, your father's silhouette crumbles. The flames abate. You remain standing, immobile, eyes lost in thought, watching the wind as it caresses the red ashes, waiting until the morning comes.
So we just gained a level. Now I can show you the skill snowflake. There's certain, you have certain skill trees, so to speak, of composition, support, social, pride, metamorph, negation, dispersion, protect, resistance, resilience, acceptance, and ex nihilo. What? There's, you can skill yourself towards, let's say, summoning supporting spirits, or gaining as many MP as you can and running away, or trying to heal the damage they do. I always figured that spamming spirits was the most effective way. I will just go with this because I'm doing a Volva run, which gives me more memory, which makes me take more damage or spawns more enemies, but also gives more experience. Let's make Fairy Tail. Wait, where's my skill point? Ah, there it is. Absorption sounds like armor. Ah, there we go. Fairy Tail sounds like a good idea. Something to distract your enemies. And this is pretty much how far the demo went. I decided to buy it afterwards. By the way, the thing is done in Adobe Air. We just got experience from talking to them.